want, you can take off your shoes.
Today the presentation will last half an hour. It's not about watching or being watched. It's mostly about listening. You are invited to lay down during the whole time. You can choose to close your eyes or leave them open as you want, as you prefer. And if your attention goes away, just let it go and reconnect to the performance whenever you can or whenever you want. It will end at some point. So principally listen to the voice as it will guide you through the experiences. A tongue. A tongue. Just a tongue. The tongue is on the floor, close to your body. It grows around. The tongue extends itself to get in contact with your skin. It licks your foot. It licks the tendon of your ankle. The tongue licks the tibia bone of your lower leg. It licks your knee. It licks the patella bone of your knee. It licks your thigh. It licks the big femoris muscle of your thigh. It licks the medial muscle of your upper thigh. The tongue licks your groin. It licks your vulva. It licks your lower belly. It licks your abdomen. The tongue licks your breast. It licks your shoulder. It licks your neck. The tongue licks the floor. It licks over the other bodies. It licks the left corner of the room. It licks the black brick wall. It licks the wall up to the ceiling. It licks the ceiling. Suspended from the ceiling, the tongue watches us. It falls on your head. It licks your right ear. Your right cheek. It licks your closed lips. Sense some saliva flowing inside your mouth. The tongue licks the skin of your cranium. It tastes your hair a little bit. Your tongue rests inside your mouth. The mass of your body rests on the floor. The tip of your tongue starts sensing the shape of each tooth raising from the gum like small sculptures in your mouth cavity. And the weight of your skin, both organs, muscles, tissue, endlessly spreads out on the floor, on the surface of the floor, on the wooden floor, on the concrete, on the stone, on the steel, on the soil and bedrocks. The soil and bedrock of granites formed as a basin between an extensive group of islands slowly filling with ancient marine and lake sediments. This area was inundated by meltwater during the volcanic eruptions before the land started to rise. The recent stage of deformation is the result of the collision of the European plate with the African plate. Northwest to southeast oriented cracks in the rock which rivers transformed into the valleys. Open fields separated by forest regions. Vast boreal forests and mountains. Seismic activity is still going on, chiefly confined to a northeast, southwest trending zone between Antwerp and Brussels.
We are all. We are all at the bone structure of the tail of your spine, at the solid bones of your spine. We all slowly start working up along the firm surface of your lower spine. Each of our steps pushes the side of your vertebrae one by one down towards the floor. Each of our steps resonates on the pavement of your bones. The floor is dry. Cold wind is blowing. We walk on the clear line of your spine. We walk carefully not to fall. We feel the void on each side of your spine. We walk carefully not to fall. Your spine enlarges. We hear buzzing of neon lights coming from the ceiling. We are in a tunnel. A luscious smell of drain and humidity hits our nostrils. Further away, we recognize the sound of an escalator. We hear the metro arriving. We hurry up. Your floating ribs widen as I enter inside your ribcage. I insert both my arms inside your ribcage. My elbows brush against the inner surface of your ribs. I stumble and I fall. As I fall, your chest shivers. We hear a crack resonating in your ribcage. Some of your ribs collapse and crumble on my back. I crawl. I crawl. My half-open mouth is dry. I feel the dust of your bones in my mouth. I am now at the end of your spine, at the level of your neck. And I crawl. I crawl inside your throat. The muscles of your throat, activated by you, are getting tighter. The granular surfaces of your throat rub on my chest. Your throat muscles contract. One of my legs falls off, torn from the pelvis. The space is getting tighter. I lost an arm. Your throat compresses as you want to tell me something. My eyes, my ears, my nostril, my mouth are obstructed. Your throat compresses even more. I suffocate. Only my left hand can extend and start groping around at the back of your head. Start sensing the concave shape of your skull from the inside. The fingers penetrate inside your brain. They seek the medulla tucked in somewhere deep inside your skull. The fingers feel the dense texture of your brain until they reach the back of your eyes. They sense the round shape of your eyes, their weight, and how they rest in their lacrimal fluid. They test the elasticity of the optic nerve by pulling on one of your eyebrows. They roll it between their fingertips. The muscular hinges that allow your eyeball to move is extended. A tongue inserts itself in between the optical nerves. The lacrimal fluid falls into the mouth. The tongue touches the hidden part of your eyeball. It spreads saliva over it. It licks it. The tongue takes your eyeball in between its lips. It squeezes it and makes it roll entirely within its mouth. It swallows it. Your mouth starts sensing and tasting the tip of your fingers. Your teeth chew your phalanges. Crunch your metacarpals. Then the carpals. Your teeth try to disarticulate the longer of the two bones of the forearm. They remove the muscles cautiously so as not to damage them. They take each one between them. First the long muscles, and then the short muscles of your forearm. They tear them by the fibers from their bones. Your tongue polishes the bones till it has a pleasing shine. Your mouth crunches your elbow. It devours greedily your upper arm. It tears out the muscles of your upper arm and chews them slowly. The teeth crunch the bones of your shoulder. Your mouth sucks the acromion and swallows the small coracoid bone of your shoulder. The teeth bite on the skin of your chest. Pull the skin. The teeth at the ribs and the mouth. Your teeth are now at your lower leg. They pull apart the two bones of your lower leg. The space in between the two bones widens. Here, in the middle of your lower leg, in between the two bones, there is a section of a house. The walls of the room, crooked and curved, follow the shape of your bones. The floor of the room is particularly sloping, and the room is cool and humid. The window of the room has a view on a huge tree, which provides a lot of shade. Behind the tree, a small street, the bed of a dangerous curve. There is not much traffic, but when the cars come, they drive very fast. I am on a small bed in the room, naked, the legs slightly open. Suddenly, the door of the room between the two walls of your loyalty, opens. There is no lock on the door. A person enters. With your eyes closed, you look at the person who just enters the room. The person walks through the room, looks under the bed, and leaves the room. You look at the person leaving the space. You slowly stand up and follow them.